Testing. Hi, Jen. Good. See if this is working. How have you been, Jen?
I'm good.
You're over here.
I know, I'm switching it up.
You're switching it up?
Yes.
Does it feel different?
Different in a good way.
All right.
I'm like, I feel like I'm, getting in a rut sometimes.
Oh, yeah,
Actually, I went to like a sculpt class earlier this week. Have you been there before? I think I did it like maybe a year ago when I first started.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah. With my shoulder and everything, I can't do that. There's not, it's like those group classes are not tailored enough for what I need to do.
Some of the things I don't do. I just opt out of because I'm like, I know I'm going to be hurting afterwards.
Yeah.
In a bad way.
Because I've only got 2 of the 4 rotator cuffs left. Two of them, like, they had to do the repair in 2012. They had cut them, moved them out of the way, and sewed them back together.
Yeah.
And the repair failed, and then it took me so long to notice it that because I was compensating that it started to turn to fat, and they were like, "There's nothing we can reattach." So I'm working with
You gotta support what you got. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? How's the kid? Is he 8 now?
7. He just finished school.
Okay.
So now we're doing.
What's his name? I'm going the kid.
Nikki.
Nikki.
Yeah, Nikki. Yeah, he's great. He's amazing.
Oh, let me see. Hey, Brian, Carly, can you hear me? Great, fantastic. Larry will be here soon. Hey, how are you? I did Arizona last week. Oh, yeah. Well, I've been to the pools the last couple of days. It's been so hot. But I even now was under the years. And just walking around. I have to go there now because of my
Hi, Shreya. Good. You can go, or we can get 7 across. If you want to just move a little one way or the other. Thank you. I think I've got like about a quarter inch of hair. It's a process. Here, this is my trick. Thank you.
How you feeling? Pretty good. Good. How you been? I ain't seen you in a little while. What's going on?
I keep missing this class.
I'm only here for 1 more week. Then you won't see me for the summer.
We got to go to the beach.
Yeah, it's just too crazy to try to
I'm
compete on
gonna
Friday
teach
night,
the
Saturday
27th,
morning.
but
I
then
have
I
to
think
do.
it's Rita Daniel. He's taught here a long time ago. He had his own yoga studio on Cashion. He'll be here the 4th of July. They say it's working.
Anything y'all want to do? Postures, body parts? Hips? Where? Like outside and back? Okay. Piriformis? Okay. 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 Twist? Okay. All right. So you hear me talk about glute med and piriformis a lot. Those are pelvic stabilizers, right? So how do you get to those to engage them? You push down in your heels and you sweep your inner heels out, right? And when that action happens, it shoots right up into where is the dimple of your butt. We all got these like dimples right here. That's where your glute med and piriformis are going to be. So the action is, let's start. So this is how my mind always thinks, right? What's the misalignment? This, right? This is how our feet want to turn in, external rotation, heels in, right? And then anterior pelvic tilt, and the whole shit just kind of like unwinds, right? So the first thing we got to do is we got to square our feet up. Now we're going to push down. Being that we know the energy the negative energy wants to go this way, we're going to initiate this, right? So I initiate some sweep out, and right here I start to feel that. But what happens if I lean forward, which is one of our misalignments? My heels are light. So how am I going to connect the glute med and piriformis if my heels are light? Right? You're not going to. That's why you got to get the weight back into your heel. If you look at your foot, your heel bone is big compared to all the other bones in your foot because it's meant to dissipate the weight. So if I'm like this, is my heel dissipating the weight? No, right? I have to right away lean back. Now you want your toes to root, but you need them to be able to move. What is it? Oh, it's a car. Oh. What's that?
It's like, it's magically turning on.
Dude, he's rocking out there and shit, right? Yeah, that should be okay. You just right here, you want to, just so you're fine. I'm happy to have you all whenever you can come, right? All right, so does that make sense? We're going to lean back right away. We're going to push down. We're going to sweep out. So if we do some shit like chair pose and your pelvis is doing this, do you think it's going to be a good pose? No, that shit has to lock in, right? So then when we go down, everything's solid and we can hold that space. Because we're not going to stop. We're going to keep building, right? We want to keep building on everything. Let's just say in that chair pose, we're going to move through the twist. If we're shaking around, does it look like something good is going to happen when we then rotate? Probably not, right? So we're going to take a breath, we set a foundation, we engage, and then we express. Come on, let's play. Take a nice seat. Close the eyes. Sit up nice and tall. Take a few breaths. The hardest part is over. You made it here. Now, this isn't going to be easy. You all know that. Most of you have practiced with me many times. But it's going to be fun. We're going to enjoy each other's company. We're going to work hard for ourselves and for each other. It's empowering to the person next to you when they see you working hard. It's called dharma, your duty, right? You have your dharma to your family and your friends and, your job or all different things that you have a responsibility towards. Well, here, part of our responsibility is we practice for each other. We share that energy. So right here, like we talked about earlier, lean back. If you're in a cross-leg position, like most of you are, you're going to feel the sit bones root. We want that. If you're on your knees, you're just feeling like the backs of like the tops of your feet root down. Now take a breath. Feel the muscles running up your spine start to activate. Take your head and your throat back a little bit. That's a lot of work, right? Because where do we live? With the back around it and everything collapsing forward. But we're starting to ignite that back chain. As you turn to your breath, right? Listen to yourself breathe. Or slow down the beginning of the inhale and push a little more on the end of the exhale. Or count out the breath. Right? The inhale will be 2 or 3 seconds. Make the exhale the same 2 or 3 seconds. Ujjayi breath lets the air rebound off the back of the throat. As the breath turns to movement, the next inhale, let the arms lift. And let the exhale bring the thumbs to touch, then the pinkies, the pointer fingers, the ring fingers, and the middle fingers. The petals of the lotus closing. And one time together to initiate our practice, Together, the sound of Om. All together, deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our heart, our head to each other's hearts. Inhale, lift the head, open the eyes, release the hands. All right, let's start out all fours, hands and knees. So hands are an inch or two in front of your shoulders, knees are an inch or two behind your hips. The pointer fingers are straight forward or turned out a little bit. The fingers are spread evenly. The toes are curled. Now remember what we said about the heels, what's the misalignment? They're going to fall in, right? So right away, you're going to start sweeping out a little bit. Now what's the balance to the heels sweeping out? Then the shins have to hug in, right? So now we're working the opposing forces. Your heels pull to your butt so you feel your hamstrings start to engage. Your pelvic floor draws in, so you start working the core, the belly button, and the spine. Shutters close, so if you're not sure what your shutters are right here, right? The bottom of my ribs want to open up. I got to close those shutters. So I want to engage the upper abdominal wall. In the arms, the hands hug in. There's a little micro bend in the elbows. Squeeze your biceps. All that energy comes up your arms into your shoulders and your chest and your upper back. Slide the back of the neck to the ceiling. Bring the chin to the chest just a little bit so your gaze is right across your pointer fingers. And now take a couple breaths here. Low mountain. Feel the side body starting to lengthen from hips to armpit. The core is starting to ignite. The heads of the arm bones are rooted. And then from here, cat-cow. Inhale, arch the back. Lift the sit bones, reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, round the back. Look to your belly. Lengthen your sit bones towards your heels. Your inhale, arch. Your exhale, round. Stay with your breath. Remember when we counted the breath out before? It was 2 or 3 seconds. So on the inhale, we want it to take us 2 or 3 seconds to arch through our spine. If the exhale was 2 or 3 seconds, it's going to take 2 or 3 seconds to round into our upper back. Lengthen those sit bones to the backs of the knees. One more, and then come to a neutral position, so find that flat back. Take the right hand behind your head. Inhale takes the elbow to the sky. Exhale takes it across to the eye of that left elbow. Inhale for 2 or 3 seconds, take the elbow to the sky. Exhale for 2 or 3 seconds, take the elbow across the body. Let's do 7, okay? We'll do 7 each side. Now, twists are above the waist, specifically in your thoracic spine. So when that right elbow goes to the ceiling, drive your right knee down into the floor. Because the hip is what? Above or below the waist? Below. And we want that twist to be in that middle upper back. Then after your 7, you're going to lower the right hand down. You'll take a breath. Then the left hand will go behind the head. As the fingers draw to the back of the head, push the head into the fingers. So you activate the muscles in the neck. The inhale, take the elbow to the sky as we drive the left knee down, and the exhale, take it across the body. Stay with your breath. The breath is going to set that tempo, right, for the different moves that we're going to make. And we're never going to jog or run, right? So our heart rates aren't going to go that high. So everything should be pretty controllable here in your poses and your moves. After your 7, lower that left hand down. We'll meet back in that low mountain. Lock it in. Low mountain isn't a hangout pose, waiting for something else to happen, right? It's full on stabilization. So you're squeezing muscle into bone. Lost my train of thought. You want to go inhale the right heel to the sky. You're going to look up. Exhale, you're going to bring the knee to the chin or the chest. You're going to look under. Inhale takes the heel to the sky. Exhale brings the knee to the chin or the chest. What's that called? Tiger. Dude, I could not come up with it. I was sitting over there like, yeah, let's do tiger pose. And then when it came time to announce it, I was like, what's it called again? Let's do 7. Now, when the heel goes to the sky, keep sweeping the inner heel out. Yeah, it's going to help. That's going to go all the way down to that right hip and keep that right hip from peeling away. After your 7, left leg. Now, keep the knee bent so it's at 90 degrees, a 90-degree angle, so half bent at the knee. And when the heel goes to the ceiling, it's like you're holding it up with your heel. And when you're ready to swap into side 2. Tiger also works, you look up as the heel goes to the sky, so you're working that upper back, just as you look under as the knee comes to the chin or the chest. And then after your 7 on that side 2, lower the left knee down, we'll meet in that low mountain. So we're activating the back of the hip here. Extension is really challenging for us and do the hip. Seems like some shit that's easy, but not. Very challenging. In the low mountain, build it back up. Start hugging in. Feel that core activating. And when you're ready, step back to plank. Now we're holding on to all that power, right, that we just drew up. The shoulders are stacking up on top of the wrist crease. You're in dorsiflexion. So if you look at Trina's feet, her toes are closer to her shins. She's reaching out of her heels. That's dorsiflexion. Plantar flexion is like a high heel. We definitely don't want that. Your feet straight up and down. We're not there yet either. That's what's going to happen when we go to chaturanga. But right now in plank, you're going to reach the heels back. Now keep that space, lift the hips, push back to downward dog. Now if you want to bend the knees, you want to pedal the heels, you want to swivel the hips, whatever feels good here, go for it. Sometimes you hear me say, like, soften up the dog here. And then come to neutral. Now charge the upper body. So if you bend the knees, you'll release the low body. It'll make this a little more accessible. You want to hug the hands into the midline. You want to keep the forearms lifting up away from the mat. You want to keep the inner biceps lifting up away from the mat. So remember, there's a difference, inner and outer biceps. Lift the inner biceps up. Look towards the heels of your hands so your neck engages, the muscles in the back of your neck. Yeah. Pelvic floor, belly, and shutter so you can get you connect to the core. Now push the hands down and forward. Take your chest back towards your toenails. Yeah. Then if you want to straighten the legs, engage the hamstrings. That's where you hear me say, pull your heels to your butt and your butt to your heels. And now maybe straighten the legs. From the hips, down the back of the legs, and out of the bottom of the heels. Next inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. Keep it going. Remember the 2 or 3 second thing. 2 full seconds to drive into plank. 2 full seconds to push back to downward dog. You'll notice the more challenging this shit gets, the quicker you're going to want to go. Slow it down. There's points in our practice that are supposed to be pretty challenging, right? That's just how the game is played. Just like there'll be things that will be very accessible to you. Next time as you come forward, let the exhale lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take 3 nice breaths. So we're going to charge those legs up. Now, this is the way the shoulders got to go. Back. See, I always see this. We want this way. Back and down. After the 3 breaths, lower the chest, push up through plank, back to downward dog. What's one of our misalignments in the upper body? The shoulders want to round forward and the chin wants to collapse to the floor. So what do you think the chest does? It caves. We're going to do this exact opposite. Right? We're going to try to activate the muscles in Cobra. Activate the muscles in the upper back and peel the muscles through the front of for the belly and the chest. Now, if it felt better to bend your knees, bend your knees. If it feels better to straighten your legs, straighten your legs. One's not better than the other. It's where you're deciding to extend the pose to. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take the 3 breaths. right? Since we're so deficient in the upper back, we're taking those few extra breaths to get a little extra activation, right? Balance isn't always equal. We're overbalancing right now. When you're ready, back to chaturanga or lower your chest. Push up through plank. Back to downward dog. Right hand to the outside of the left calf or shin. Take the twist. So you got to push that left hand down and forward to get the weight back into the legs. Maybe peek underneath that left arm. Inhale, unwind, place the hand. Push the hand down and forward. Take on the right side, take the left hand to the outside of the calf or shin. Maybe peeking underneath that right arm. Inhale, unwind. Next inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Last time with the 3 breaths. Squeeze those shoulders back. Retract your scapulas, rhomboids. After the 3 breaths, back to chaturanga or lower your chest. Push up through plank. Back to downward dog. Reach your right leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. So hug that knee to the chest. Yep. Activate those hip flexors. High in the fingertips of the blocks to get the spine to go straight. What does the back want to do? This. All right? We're not trying to reinforce this energy. We're trying to get back to this. Tadasana, mountain pose. So we want to show that, right? We want, like, think of how many things look like mountain pose. Well, the foot and the shin do, right? The knees flex, so that doesn't necessarily. This back leg pretty much does. The spine pretty much does, right? And that's what we're trying to do. How can we replicate in every pose this neutral Tadasana position? Now, keep pushing down. Keep hugging in. So rip that front heel back and that back toes forward. Keep the front knee right on top of the ankle and in line with your second toe. Keep the back heel sweeping out. As you draw the energy up the legs, go to the pelvic floor. So root chakra. Pull it all the way up. When you're ready, inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana, 1 crescent. When you come up, it's with intention. If that front knee moved back, bend back into it so it stacks on top of that ankle again. Square that left hip forward a touch. Go back to root chakra. Take it all the way up. Past crown. Hug into the forearms. Yeah, reach through your thumbs. Now maybe curl back in the pose. Inhale, come up. Take this left hand. Reach across your body. Bring the elbow to the outside of the knee. Bring the right hand to meet. Push the hands together. Use that force feedback to twist open. Power in the legs. Freedom in the twist. Inhale, come back to warrior 1. Lock it in. Yes. Exhale the hands down. Step back, downward dog. Move through 1 vinyasa. Nice, y'all. Stay with your breath. What do you need? Blocks? I got you. I got you. There you go. You're welcome. From downward dog, reach the left leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. Nice. That's it. Hug that knee in. Your hands are just connecting to the floor to let your mind settle, right, and feel stable. The power's in the legs here. Because like when we remove our hands from the floor, right, nothing should change. The power should all be rooted in the legs. So work from the feet and start ripping in. Like rip is a powerful cue, right? You get a lot of energy as you hug in. Front to back, side to side, as shins into the midline, even though they're not next to one another. The top to bottom is you just pushing down. We pull the energy to the core. Now we reach back at it. That's a lot of muscle energy, right? The cues for organic is reach back out of your heel. Reach forward out of your knee. Reach forward out of the crown of the head. Breathe side to side. Like you're holding 20-pound weights. Inhale, come up. Virabhadrasana, 1 crescent. And as that back heel sweeps out, you feel that right hip draw forward a little bit. More power into the hips. When you work from the pelvic floor, you feel the energy start to come up through the core, through the upper trunk. As you hug the arms in, you feel light, right? Where you're furthest from connection. Now maybe we curl back into pose. Big peel, come up off the pubic bone to your belly, your chest, your neck, your face, your arms, your fingers. And then inhale, come up halfway. The right hand goes across the body to the outside of the left thigh. When the left hand meets, it pushes strong. And you use that force feedback to rotate open. But keep it above the waist, so don't let that right hip drop on you. Reach back out of the heel, that'll help. Yep. One more breath. Now inhale, come back to that warrior one. And then exhale the hands down. Downward dog, move through one vinyasa. Awesome, y'all. The unwinding is a whole nother challenge, right? But you know that's how the game is played. We do all kinds of challenges for ourselves. Exercise is supposed to be positive stress, right? You're putting yourself into these stressful environments, but it's controllable. And that's how we get stronger. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, take a nice big reach. The belly's in and the sit bones are down. This wants to happen. Are my heels heavy here? Nope. This way. Yep. Pull those shutters closed. Now start to reach up. Exhale, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, take a nice breath here, fill those ribs up. Exhale the shoulders back, maybe hands away from your back a little bit to stretch into the forearms and the biceps, into that pat. This is called one of your fascial lines. We have fascial lines, muscles that are going to work together. This is your front arm line. So forearm, bicep, pec. Exhale, release, swing the arms up, take a nice big reach. Maybe curl back that little bit. Inhale, come up, take the right hand behind your back, left hand to your elbow. Push your head back into your forearm and use that to stand up through your spine. What wants to happen? This. And here's those light heels again. You gotta keep this back. Push your head into your forearm and work here between the shoulder blades in your spine to stand up tall. Is that a lot of work? Yeah. Exhale, release, inhale the arms up, swap. Your body don't give a shit about alignment. None. You have to teach it that, right? It just wants to get through in the easiest way possible. The path of least resistance, right? That's why that little phrase is like, you know, our body wants to do nothing. Our mind wants to do everything, right? Making all kinds of plans. But your heart has to kind of balance the shit all out. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Right hand to the outside of the left calf or shin. Take the little twist. So now left hand goes to your fingertips, your block. If you want to your hip, if you want to take the outside of the right hand to the outside of your left ankle, you could take your left hand up to the sky. Yeah. You could even look up the arm. Nice. Inhale, come back to center, soften down the middle. When you're ready, swap. So left hand goes to the outside of that right calf or shin. Right hand to fingertips, block or hip. If you're going to flare, you turn the back of the hand, so you go into external rotation of that left arm. So spin the back of the hand to your ankle. So spin that one this way. Yeah, because then that takes the shoulder back. Inhale, come back to center. Next inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Sit back as the knees bend, swing the arms up, big reach. Right hand, yeah? Okay. Sit back, chair pose, by request. Butt back. What happens if my knees bend first? Can't be here. No pelvic stabilization. It's hip hinge, right? Hip flexion before knee flexion. Now the belly's in, the sit bones are down. Lift the arms, sit back deeper. Charge the legs up. Core. Lift arms. Sit back deeper. Legs. Core. Arms. Sit back deeper. Awesome. Push down, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Even here, keep the weight balanced. The heel has to be the foundation here. It's easy to lose the heel because all the weight's going forward. And in yoga, we stack the hip up on top of the knees and the ankles in forward fold. In human movement, that's not the way, but they're not always the same. Sometimes they challenge each other a little bit. In human movement, you're in a hip hinge, your hips are always behind your heels. But here in yoga, we stack up a little more to find that neutral space. Sit back as the knees bend, swing the arms up, big reach. Right hand grabs the left wrist. Take that little side bend towards the brick wall. If you want to do the balance, you're going to plug the right leg up. Now split the energy. So from the hip, we're rooting down into the left heel. But we got to split, right? So now above the waist, we're going to come through the ribs, come up the arm. Yep. Inhale, come back up the center, swap the hands, swap the foot. So I plug, I let the right hip settle to the brick just a little bit. So I can side crescent over towards the wall with the window and the door. And then I split the energy above and below the waist. The left leg keeps adducting or hugging into the midline. So the inner thighs are fired up. We're going to get more balance like this. Take the head and the throat back. Take the arms back a little deeper. Inhale, come back up. Release the hand and the foot. Fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, place the hands, step or jump back, downward dog. Move through your vinyasa 3 times. So now we flow a little bit. What's the challenge of the flow? You got to control all the transitions, right? All as we move from one pose to the next. So the easiest way to do that is stay with your breath and keep it slow. You're going to want to rush, but you're not jogging, so your breath isn't, right? It's still pretty controlled. So take the 2 or 3 seconds to move through. There's a lot of shit you can adjust in 2 or 3 seconds, a lot of alignment. We'll meet back in downward dog. Take your time. Keep pushing the hands down and forward. Keep working the chest back towards the toenails. Don't let your head hang. Keep looking towards the heels of your hands. See how easy it is? It wants to hang? Of course. That's the path of least resistance. Yeah, that's a little long for you. Shorten up a little bit. Yeah. Reach the right leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. Spin the back heel. Come up warrior 2. Virabhadrasana 2. So this is a balance beam pose, right? So your front heel is in line with your back arch. If we drew a line down the mat, right? Front heel, back arch. Yeah, spin your heel down. Yeah. 12 o'clock. 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Your front toes are facing 12. Your back toes are just past 9. Yep. We root the back thigh back. This wants to happen. It's got to be this way. Even if this knee pulls forward, we got to root from here. We're opening these muscles, your adductors. So the way to do that is breathe tall up above the waist. Yeah, we got to peel out of here. Now lengthen the sit bone down to the heel or sweep your heel towards me and the knee will start moving towards the bricks. Yeah. Take the palm up. Come back into that reverse warrior. Don't let the knee move back, though. It's going to try to. Bend back into it if it moved back on you. Yep. Still keep that thigh back. Now, on the right side of the ribs, big breath to where the ceiling and the wall meet. You're going to feel this big expansion of your ribs. And on the exhale, curl back into it and peel it. Yeah. Inhale, come back up, warrior 2. Spin the hands down to the floor. Spin that back heel up, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Keep the pace. Don't rush. I tell you all the time, to me, that's one of the most challenging parts of the practice, to truly work with your breath. Because we're hustlers, we move, right? We're moving through the day, and this is just part of the day. You got to remember, this is a different moment. Reach the left leg straight back, step it through, lunge, spin the back heel, come up warrior two, side two. So now the front foot is facing 12, and the back foot is just before 3. When you turn the toes forward that little bit, it creates a little internal rotation, thighs back. So it's going to help hold that thigh back. If the toes turn out, like we said was the misalignment, see what happens here? External rotation. I want to be this way. Now, power those legs up. Yeah. This warrior doesn't make it home, right? You got to fire that shit up. This is a powerful pose. Yeah, warrior's full on. The only chill in this pose is your breath. Bring your gaze right over your middle finger. Yeah, and settle into the pose. The rest of you, full on. We're hugging every muscle into bone. Now, for 2 or 3 seconds, inhale the palm up. For 2 or 3 seconds, hold on. 2 or 3 seconds, exhale, curl back. Those are 2 different breaths. Those are 2 halves of the breath. Yeah, inhale is the palm up, but for 2 or 3 seconds. Exhale is 2 or 3 seconds to curl back. Right? I told you that shit's hard. Because we just want to flow right through. Now, fire back up into the legs. This time you're going to take that big breath on the left side of the ribs. And when the breath expands, these are your intercostal muscles, the muscle between your ribs. Now you're going to curl back and get that peel right off that hip bone. Inhale, come back up to that warrior two. Lock it in. Yep, spin the hands down to the floor. Spin the back heel up, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Nice, y'all. Stay with your breath. When you get back to downward dog, exhale, lower your knees. Take a little break. That looks a little long for you. Your downward dog and your plank. So like if you start out, take a couple breaths, child's pose if you want. So go to shoulder, come step back to plank, sorry. So this has to stack up on top of here. So this has to come back or fall. There. Now, tiptoe these forward even more. There. And this at that. Yeah. Dude, like that's way easier, right? Now push back. Yeah. That's like way easier space to hold, isn't it? Yeah. We're just talking about like the distance here of downward dog and plank. And it's easy to kind of like unwind it because when we go through the vinyasa, if you don't flick your toes under enough from cobra, you start migrating away. Right? So when I line this up, I'm shoulders on top of wrist crease and I'm reaching back at my heels, right? We talked about that earlier. Now as I move through into my chaturanga, my feet go straight up and down. Never here. This is just too long and no power, right? Here to here is where I want to be, but now I'm already bending the elbows. Now when I come up, right, into my cobra, if I go back and I just take my feet and roll this way, look at how long I am. I've lost that space. Right? So you got to take the toes and flick them under deep. Now when I push up and I go back, I'm back in that space again. Does that make sense? That's like one of the easier things to notice. What are you doing with the toes? Now, if it migrate away a little bit, tiptoe to shift forward, right? Line it back up. That's the spot I always go for. I go for that sunny spot. Come on, let's try it. So let's meet in plank. Tiptoe that shit forward. Yep. Yep. I don't throw the F-bombs around very often, but shit's my like go-to, you know. So line it up. Now, push. If you're not sure, call me over. I'll help you set the shit up, right? Now, lift the hips, push back, downward dog. Because when you're too long, it's just hard for no reason, right? Everything's unwinding, and we want to hold this tight to us. Now, give it a try. Work through one vinyasa. Come forward to plank. Control it as you lower. Inhale to cobra, baby cobra. Now, flick those toes under deep. Now, push up through plank and back to downward dog. Yeah, and if you feel like you migrated, you adjust. If you feel like you held it, like you got that space, you want to remember that. That's the muscle memory. The whole trick is to make your body, bless you, find the alignment as the path of least resistance. So your body starts saying, you know what, every time he moves me and I'm not right, he moves me twice. I don't want to move once, let alone twice, right? So it starts going, well, I better get it right. And then it starts finding the alignment. And that's how you start to work all that muscle memory. Reach your right leg straight back, step it through, lunge. Spin the back heel, come up Utthita Parsvakonasana, extended side angle. So bent arm to bent knee. Balance beam pose again. Take that left arm in front, plug it in, sweep the bicep. It's supposed to be right here along your cheek. So if you look up to your bicep, if you look up to the sky, you'll be looking right into your bicep. Now, if the right hand, you want to take it down to the block or the floor, feel free. Inside or outside the foot, whatever your flavor is. One's not better than the other. Root the left thigh back. Start opening the inside of that right thigh, so knee towards the bricks. Pelvic floor, belly, shutters. Now start to rotate. So the top of the ribs go back, the bottom of the ribs go forward, but we don't lose the shutters. One more breath. Push into your front heel. Inhale, come up, warrior two. Push your front leg straight. We've been working on this triangle. Don't let the hips pop. So rip your feet together. Front heel back, back arch forward. Breathe to get nice and tall. Hinge at the right side of the hip. Bring the hand down to the block of the floor. Keep the from happening by ripping your feet together. The is your greater trochanter, the head of your femur, moving around in your hip socket. You're ripping the feet together to integrate that in. Now play again. Go to the belly and the shutters. See, don't let the shoulder blade just go to the spine and manipulate the ribs. Rotate the shit. Twist open. Yeah, maybe look up. One more breath. Push into the front heel. Inhale, come up. Bend into the lead knee, warrior two. Spin the hands down to the floor. Spin the back heel up, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Stay with your breath. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through, lunge. Spin the back heel, Parsva side two. So if you're having a problem getting that thigh to go back, before you come up, you're going to bring your hands to the inside of that left foot and you're going to stick your butt back, right? You can see everything rooting back, right? This side, I'm here. I'm going to stick this back and now I'm rooted. Now I can climb that elbow to the knee. I'm still rooted. I could sweep the bicep up along the cheek, still rooted. See, if I lose this, I don't care about the upper trunk. I got to work that thigh first. That's part of the foundation, right? It goes breath, foundation, engagement, then extension. Extension being bend, fold, twist, reach. If the hand's going to go down to the block or the floor, let it go down. Keep that side crescent from happening. Open that left side body. Maybe rotate open. Yes, push into the front heel. Inhale, come up tall into warrior two. When you're ready, push the front leg straight. Get tall. Start ripping those feet together. When you're ready, hinge at the left side of the hip. Bring the hand down to the block or the floor. Keep ripping those feet. Keep your right ear reaching up to the ceiling so your left ear doesn't fall to the floor. Because where the neck goes, the upper back goes, right? Maybe look up, play with the balance. Push into the front heel, inhale, come up tall. Bend into the lead knee, warrior two. Spin the hands down, spin the back heel up, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Nice, y'all. Stay with your breath. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, take a big reach. Maybe curl back that little bit. Charge those legs up. Yep, back bends, 90% legs, 10% back bend. So work the legs here. If you're deep, inhale, come up, exhale, fold. Next inhale, look forward, walk the hands out in front of you, about a foot or so. Use your block if you need to boost up a little bit. Reach the right leg straight back, come to standing split. Now remember what we've talked about the heels a few times today. So as we reach our right heel back to the wall behind us, we should feel our left heel getting real heavy. It has to stabilize our pelvis as we stand on one leg, right? So we need that action. Lift from the inner upper edge of the thigh so the right hip doesn't peel open. So think like pubic bone down into the left thigh, the inside, and the back toes pointing straight down. So sweep that inner heel out. If you want to stay here, stay here. The twist is right hand down, left elbow back, maybe reach up towards the sky. But keep reaching back out of your heel. Yeah, keep reaching that heel back. That. Yes, yes. See, that splits the pose and makes the twist even easier. Maybe look up the arm. Inhale, come back to center. Take a breath, lower that right leg. Take another breath. Reach the left leg straight back. Reach the left heel back till the right heel gets heavy. Keep the left toes pointing straight down. So reach out of your heel here. The left hip's floating. If we reach out of our heel, we get pelvic stability in the floating hip. And then if you want to play with the twist, the left hand stays down. Reach back out of your heel. Reach forward out of the crown of the head. Now start to twist open. So when you do that, you're making yourself tall. So we rotate with space. Nice, y'all. Inhale, come back to center. Lower the leg. Walk the hands back in. Sit back as the knees bend. Swing the arms up. Big reach. Maybe curl back that little bit. Yeah, by request. Chair pose number 2. Sit back. You know I love a chair pose request, right? Sit back. Here we go. Let's play with it. Right hand, left hand, right hand. No, right hand goes across the body, outside of the left thigh. Push the hands together. The flare is here, outside of the hand and the ankle, left arm to the sky. Yes, inhale, come back to center. Sit back deep. Take the left hand across the body, bring it to the outside of that right thigh. Work what we did earlier, now taking it deeper with the flare of the arms, with the twist. Inhale, come back to center. Sit back nice and deep. Push down, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, place the hands, step or jump back, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Nice, y'all. From downward dog, reach the right leg straight back, step it through, lunge, exhale, lower the back knee. We're going to go for twisted monkey here. Been working this pose with y'all on and off over the past couple weeks. So the idea is that we're going to take our right foot to the right edge of our mat and we're going to turn the toes open a little bit, which will make it a little more accessible for us here. You're going to bend your left knee and reach back with your right hand. Grab your ankle, your foot, or your strap. Take your left hand to the outside of your mat. It might even be off your mat. That's okay. And walk it forward so your thumb is across from your big toe. That'll make the side body on the left side from hip to armpit nice and tall and long. We want that. Spin the left shoulder back so now you can lean into it. See, this is what I always see. It needs to go this way. Now, open the chest. The twist is first. Then the sit bone starts to reach towards the heel starts to reach towards the sit bone. That right knee, keep hugging it in so it stays on top of the ankle the best that you can. If you need to, walk the foot to the right a little bit more and give yourself some more space. And as the belly button draws to the spine, as the heel, take your foot out to the right more, the front foot. Yeah, like bring it over here where that block is. There you go, there you go. Yeah. See, that opened it a little more, right? Now working with the twist, working with that quad stretch, watch the buoying as you release. Inhale, come back to center. Place the hand, wiggle the foot back in, lift the back knee, downward dog. Take your time, stay engaged as you move out of this. Big opener in a tough position, in a tough place for us in our body through those quads. Reach the left leg straight back, step it through, lunge. Lower the back knee. Take the left foot out to the left edge of the mat. Turn the toes open a little bit. Bend your right knee, reach back, grab your ankle, your foot, or your strap. Walk your right hand to the edge of your mat, maybe even off, and turn the bicep forward so the shoulder roots back. See, now I can lean into that right arm like a kickstand. Work the twist first, so pull your belly buttons in. Pull your shutters closed. Yeah, don't just hammer your left. Your rhomboids ain't got shit to do with a twist. It's your obliques and your spinal erectors. So hammering your shoulder blade to your midline isn't really doing anything. It's just manipulating the ribs. Feel the rotation happen, right? Obliques and these spinal erectors. See, I could protract my shoulder blades and still rotate, right? I don't need to pull them to the spine, but that's one of the misalignments of the twist. Keep taking that shoulder back, like turn your bicep that way. Other way, that. Yeah, see, now you can lean into the arm more. One more breath. Watch the Boeing as you release, come back to center, place the hand, wiggle the foot back in, lift the back knee, downward dog. Nice, y'all. Full breath in, complete breath out. Roll to the outside of the right foot, stack the left foot on top or in front. Come to side plank. Turn the bicep forward. It's going to root into the upper back like we've been talking about a few times today. Push out of the big toe mounds. Kapinjalasana hugs the left knee to the chest. Grab the ankle or the foot. Re-hug the knees into the midline. Now curl back into that right arm. You got to lean back into it. Now as you hand in the foot, kick the leg back. Release the leg if it's there. That was awesome. Inhale, come back to plank. Push back, downward dog. Take a breath. Yeah, this is one of those hard moments, right? Let the shit be hard. Let's just practice. Roll to the outside of the left foot. Stack the right foot on top or in front. Sometimes it's hard, right? Sometimes it's accessible. It's never really easy, right? It's all pretty challenging. Now, side plank here. Awesome. Kapinjalasana hugs the right knee to the chest. See, this wants to happen, so you got to hug in, adduct. Now, curl back. So it's kind of like you're going a wild thing, but you don't drop back. Yeah, Elizabeth, keep going. You keep curling in the upper back. Release the leg. Inhale, come back to plank. Push back, downward dog. Full breath in. Complete breath out. Exhale, lower your knees. Nice, y'all. Bring your knees together at the midline. Take your right knee over your left, nice and tight. Take your feet apart and sit back between your heels. So now we're starting to get to the outside of the hip and the back of the hip a little bit more here. If you feel like you can't get that right sit bone to root, you're going to reach down, right? Grab the left one first, pull it back and out. Then when you do that to the right, it'll feel like the right gets a little closer to the floor. Or if you need to sit up on the bolster or the blanket, whatever feels good. Now here we could just work the outside of the hips. They call this part longhorn. So you can walk your hands forward a little bit if you want to go to the fold, and you're here in the outside and back of the hip. Now cow facing, Gomukhasana, we're going to put the arms into it, right? We're going to put this into it. So we want to be opposite elbow, opposite knee. So if your right knee is up, you're going to take your left arm in front, plug it in, and reach back. There's the left elbow up. Take the right hand out to the side, turn your fingernails forward. Bend your elbow, start to wiggle your hand up your back, clasp your fingers. Or drop your strap from your left hand to your right. Now you're not going to get any more out of your right shoulder, right? It's at the end range of motion for the joint. So what you want to do is you want to take your left shoulder blade to the wall behind you. And that's how your hands are going to get closer. So think left shoulder blade that way. Push your head back into your forearm. Now, when you sit up tall, feel that it's happening right here between your shoulder blades from your head to your butt, right? Up and down as the spine extends back up. Yep, watch the Boeing as you release. Unwind the arms. Unwind the legs. Spin back all fours. Start with your knees together. And then left over right. The feet go apart. We sit back between our heels. If you want to stay here. Question?
Close the windows. I hope it's okay. It's really warm here.
Yeah, okay.
I took out the blocks and I left.
Sure. I'm not a good judge. Because most of y'all practice me, I love to suffer a little bit, right? Like that's part of like my life here. I like to be in that moment, like, you know what? It is really hot here. But that's my shit, right? Y'all got to be comfortable. That's my own shit I work on. All right, now if you want to go Gomukhasana, right arm, plug it in, reach back. So there's the opposite knee, opposite elbow, right? Left hand out to the side, fingernails forward, bend the elbow, start to wiggle up. It will be different from side to side. For me, this side's harder to clasp. This is my bad shoulder, right? So this is one, doesn't want to maybe move the same as the other one. It's just part of life. We look symmetrical, right? But we're not. Sides move differently. One side's stability, one side's mobility, right? We talk about that a lot. That's why it's easier to balance on one leg as compared to the other. Because your whole life, one has to be stability and one has to be mobility, right? Really, it's from a throw, this action. Right? One's always stable, one's always mobile. So which one do you think is going to be easier to stand on? The stability one, right? Watch the boing as you release, unwind the arms, unwind the legs, back to all fours. Take a breath, take the leg back, the right leg back, open up the knee and the hip. And then lower it down, swap side two. Yep. Lower it down. All right, grab your mats, find a spot on the wall, we'll go upside down. You could use up all the space, the doors, we can move the curtain over here. If you like to invert in the middle of the floor and you feel comfortable there, you can stay there if you want. But there will be plenty of room to go up for everybody, no problem.
Speaking of throwing, did you see that pitcher last night? Throwing 103, 104 the entire game.
And we made him look like the greatest pitcher ever. His career high strikeouts. How many times have we done that this year? Giving the pitcher his career high strikeouts. If you're at home and you don't have the wall to kick up on, you can always lay on your back, knees bent, hug the knee to the chest, interlace the hands behind the thigh, take a bunch of breaths, and then you can swap into side two. Or you could do any pose that feels good to you. If you are at home or in the studio, if it's not your day to invert, you're always welcome to go legs up the wall or do a pose that feels good to you. If you want to stick with me, I'm going to talk you through downward dog and L pose. If you want to work on your own handstand, headstand, tripod, pincha, anything you want to mess with, go for it. The two inversion twists we've been working on would be tripod or headstand, legs wide, rotate. Okay? Last week I did twisted crow with y'all. If you want to work your tripod down to your twisted crow, feel free. Okay? So if you're going to stick with me, she might be in over there.
Okay.
If you want to stick with me, all fours, hands and knees, feet are touching the wall. If you're going to go on your own, whenever you're ready. So from all fours, take a couple breaths. When you're ready, lift the knees and the hips, come to a short downward dog. Step one foot up the wall, and then the second foot up the wall. If the knees stay bent, you're in downward dog inverted. If the legs are straight, you're in L pose. But everybody wants to do the same thing. We want to push our hands down and forward so our chest is working back towards the wall that our feet are on. So there's a point where you got to go faster. Like, so this pose, bless you. Bless you. So they don't really expect that you're not going to and accelerate. So when you're going through that pose, it's kind of one motion. Yeah. But again, it's already implied that you know the depth of that, right? Because think of what they've heard is pretty challenging. So when you do it, own it, right? But do it. Go right there. And you know I do a lot of start-stop with y'all, but this is not that. Yeah. You're already strong enough to start-stop. Now it's like, go ahead, control it in movement. Yeah. Or not. Remember, it's just the practice that counts, right? Nice job. You got it? I missed it, shit. Damn it. Did it make sense though? Yeah, yeah. And then you're like trying to flex and you're trying, yeah, it's just the whole thing flows. Awesome. You're welcome. So maybe about another minute. If you feel like you're inverted out, you could always meet on your backs. Exhale. Yeah. When we kick up, we want to exhale for a couple reasons. Physically, what happens to your transverse abdominis? That's the deepest of your muscle walls. When you exhale, which way does it go? In. So when you exhale, free core engagement. Right? That's one of the elements. You're getting the core to fire. The other thing is when you're unsure of things or you're pissed off or annoyed, what does your body do naturally? Because it softens you out a little bit, right? It's the same thing. It's like we're almost getting to this. Like when we go to kick up, we're too fired up, right? You got to kind of. I've been talking to y'all about muscle and organic energy, and organic energy, but they do this to each other, right? There's just flow in between. It's not just one or the other, right? They move within each other as well. That's kind of the play. Is that a big challenge? Yeah, for sure. But that's how the game's played, right? So let's meet on our backs. Did you want to say something?
No. I was just thinking it's the first time without my hat.
I called her G.I. Jane yesterday. True, right? I know. I don't mess with her. All right, knees bent, feet are on the floor. I'll talk you through a couple back bends. So we want our sacrum to be flat. That's going to be the neutral pelvis. Remember when we talked earlier today, what wants to happen? Like when we stand this. So our pelvis is trying to come up off the floor a little bit. So pull your belly button to your spine and bring that sacrum flat. The knees are bent, they're parallel, right? Like we always set them up. You feel your heels with your fingertips to know that your knees are on top of your ankles. We don't want to be too long here or we're going to lose the power. The head and the throat, your head and shoulders are back. You're going to engage those legs. You're going to engage the core and then slowly for 2 or 3 seconds lift your hips. Maybe the shoulders go under a little bit. We made that shape of clasping our hands. So if you want to interlace your fingers behind your back, go for it. If you stay more neutral, whatever feels good. Now keep the power in your legs. Keep the belly in, keep the shutters closed so we got control. Now gently push your feet down and forward, and it's going to take that back bend right underneath your shoulder blades, right where we want that back bend to be. Yep. One more breath. If the hands are clasped, release them. When you lower down, see if you get your sacrum to land flat. So belly button to spine, sit bones to the backs of the knees. Yeah, then take the feet wide, let the knees touch. One hand on your heart, one hand on your low belly. So this second one, I'll first bring you into wheel and then bridge and then wheel, but feel free to play wherever feels good to you. All right? Inhale, open the knees, reset the feet. Arms along the sides. Legs fire up, core connects. Slowly lift the hips, come to bridge. If you're going to interlace your hands behind your back, if your left pinky was under, right pinky goes under this time. If you're going to go wheel, place your hands wide to the edges of your mat. Turn your hands out. Plug your shoulders back. Push down to come up. Keep your hands going that way.
Which way?
Other way.
I can't.
So come back down.
My hands.
Come back down. Yeah. And when you place them, turn them out because that's how we're going to plug back. Stay engaged as you lower down. Yeah, the other way disintegrates the shoulder, the arm from the shoulder. Take the feet wide, let the knees touch. If your right hand was on your heart, left hand is. I mean, don't feel obligated to do it again right now, but that's the idea. We'll work on it. And then windshield wiper side to side. When you balance both sides out, come to neutral. Keep your knees bent, lower your feet to the floor. Inhale your right leg up, cross it over your left, nice and tight. Hips are going to go to the right, just going to keep you on your mat as the knees settle to the left. You're going to keep that right shoulder rooted down to the mat. Yep. Belly in, shutters closed. No manipulation of the ribs, right? We want that twist, that rotation. Inhale, come back to center as the hips scooch to the middle, unwind the legs. And then left leg goes up, it crosses over the right. The hips are going to go to the left a little bit. The knees are going to go to the right. So the left shoulder stays rooted down. You can even look away from the bent knees if you want. Feel that opener, that's the twist through the spine and the opening from the back of the hip in through the side of the leg there. Inhale, come back to center. Unwind the legs. Knees are bent, feet to the floor. So supine pigeon helps to get into that glute med and piriformis a little more. So you're going to inhale the right leg up, open the hip, bring the ankle above the knee. Hug your left knee to your chest, interlace your hands behind your thigh. If you need to go further, you hold the front of your shin. Keep the sacrum flat so your butt doesn't fly up to the sky. Now, as your left knee draws closer to your face, let your right knee move away from your face, and that's how you'll get into the back of the hip there. Active from your feet, like you're pushing on gas pedals. Little connection through the legs, like we're hugging in. We're not fifth gear pedal to the metal, but we're like second gear, right? Windows down, we're cruising. But there's a connection there. We want that. And then control it as you release the back of the leg, lower down, unwind that top leg, that right leg, take a breath. When you're ready, left leg goes up, ankle over the knee, the right knee hugs towards the chest as you interlace the hands behind the thigh. If the right pinky was under, left pinky this time. Activate from the feet, through the legs, through the core. Try to let the head rest back. Try to bring the chin to the chest a little bit. That changes shit too, right? Chin to the chest, that little bit of space. Watch the bowing as you release. Unwind, lower the leg, unwind the top leg from the knee. Take the legs out straight, reach the arms up overhead. Take a big stretch. Big reach. Spread your fingers, spread your toes. When you're ready, hug your knees to your chest. Take your knees wide. Come to happy baby. Knees are wider than your shoulders. Keep the sacrum flat. What wants to happen? The misalignment. You want to roll to the lumbar spine. Don't let that happen. Keep the sit bones going down towards the mat. So if you feel like you're holding your feet and you can't control that, let go of your feet. Hold the outsides of your shins or your knees here. And that'll give you the space to be able to control and neutralize the pelvis. And then if you want to reach one leg out or both legs out, whatever feels good to you. When you're ready, inhale the knees to center. Exhale the legs out straight. We'll take Shavasana. Beautiful practice, crew. Feel free to add or remove layers or props. I'm going to talk everyone through laying flat. But you're more than welcome to do a variation that feels good to you. And here's the legs stretch out. Let the feet gently roll open. The arms come along the sides. And as the open palm turns to the sky, feel the shoulders settle back. Let your head rest back. Maybe let your eyes close. Allow the tongue to soften from the roof of the mouth. Because here the work is to let go, to release. The skin lay on the muscles on the bones down into the yoga mat down into the earth. As the body gets heavy, the mind softens, turns back to the breath. The exhale clears and removes. It makes space. The inhale draws in something new. All that work, all that change that we made. And the heart opens. The heart's going to move the practice into the yoga of life, right? The practice of life. It's going to bring us back to the mat to challenge ourselves again. Because the yoga doesn't stop at the mat. It continues with you in everything you do. And begin here to draw in a deeper breath. Feel the breath as it washes over the body from your toes to your fingers, crown of your head through your heart. We reawaken that better version of ourselves. The fingers and the toes begin to wiggle. The arms and the legs begin to stretch, move in a way that feels good to you. Taking your time, moving slowly and consciously. When you're ready, you can hug your knees to your chest and just roll to the right side. When you're ready, push your hands down, come up to a seated position. We'll meet with our eyes closed, with our hands in front of our hearts. And one more time to seal in our practice, our time together. The sound of Om. Deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our heart, our head to each other's hearts. For all of that hard work and that determination, that challenge, the love and the support you always give each other, it's to you that I bow. Namaste. Thanks, crew. Good to see everyone. Super fun as always. If you have any questions or anything, grab us before you leave. Something feels weird, definitely get me. I'll see y'all next week on Saturday, but then I won't see you again until September.
On Saturday.
On Saturday only. I'll still be here Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. All right, just not Saturday until September again. And there's a new rule too.